Have you ever wondered why some people seem to attract success effortlessly, while others struggle for years and never seem to move forward? It's not because they are smarter, luckier, or born with more opportunities. The truth is they have tapped into a powerful principle that most people ignore: the energy of attraction. The way you think, the way you feel, and the beliefs you carry inside are like magnets. They are pulling experiences, people, and opportunities into your life every single day. And whether you realize it or not right now, your thoughts are shaping your future. Take a moment and think about what you truly want, not what you think you should want, not what the world tells you to want, but what your heart has been quietly whispering to you when no one else is around. Maybe it's financial freedom. Maybe it's a life filled with love and passion. Maybe it's the courage to break free from fear and finally step into the life you always imagined. Whatever it is, the law of attraction responds to that inner vision. The problem is most people spend their days focused on what they don't want. They replay their failures. They dwell on their limitations. They talk more about what's missing than what's possible. And in doing so, they attract more of the very things they're desperate to escape. But here's the good news. You are not trapped by your past, your circumstances, or even your current mindset. The moment you shift your focus, the moment you begin to align your thoughts with the reality you want to create, everything begins to change. This isn't magic. It's psychology and energy working together. When you hold a clear, powerful vision of your desired future, your brain starts scanning for opportunities that match it. Your emotions fuel the vision with energy, and your actions naturally begin to align with what you expect. That is the invisible force that successful people have learned to master. And this is why you should stay with me through every part of this journey. Because the law of attraction is not just about thinking positive. It's about rewiring the way you see yourself, the way you speak to yourself, and the way you carry your energy into the world. Each step you take will lift you higher, remove the doubts holding you back, and give you the tools to draw success toward you like a magnet. Imagine the freedom of waking up excited, knowing that the universe is not working against you, but working with you. Imagine feeling so certain of your path that fear loses its grip on you. Imagine looking back 1 year from now and realizing that everything you once dreamed about is now part of your reality. This is not a fantasy. It is available to you now. The only question is whether you are willing to let go of the negative focus and choose to create a new energy for your life. By the end of this video, you will not only understand how to attract success with the law of attraction, but you will feel empowered to begin using it immediately. This is your turning point. This is the moment where you stop chasing and start attracting. Stay with me, because what you're about to learn has the power to transform not only your success, but your entire life. Success begins in the mind long before it shows up in your reality. Every thought you repeat is planting the seeds. Some seeds grow into confidence, clarity, and courage. Others grow into fear, doubt, and limitation. Most people live unaware of this constant planting. They wonder why their life feels stuck. Yet every day they water seeds of negativity with worry, self-criticism, and the belief that they are not enough. If you want to attract success, you must become conscious of what you are feeding your mind, because whatever you nurture consistently will expand until it becomes the reality you live in. Think about how often you replay old failures, how often you whisper silent phrases like, "I can't," or "It's too hard," or "What if I fail again?" Each of those thoughts carries an energy that echoes into the future. The more you repeat them, the stronger the echo becomes, and the more life bends to match them. But when you shift the language inside your mind, even in small ways, you change the vibration you send into the world. Imagine replacing "I can't" with "I am learning." Imagine replacing "I'm not ready" with "I am preparing." Imagine replacing "I'm not enough" with "I am becoming more every day." These words don't just feel different. They create different results because your brain begins to search for evidence to support them. This is the psychological foundation of the law of attraction. It is not about wishful thinking. It is about training your brain to align with your desires instead of your fears. Neuroscience shows us that the brain has something called the reticular activating system. It filters information based on what you tell it is important. If you constantly focus on problems, your brain will highlight more problems. If you constantly focus on possibilities, your brain will begin to reveal opportunities that were invisible before. The world doesn't suddenly change overnight, but your awareness shifts, and in that shift, success begins to appear where once there was only struggle. Think about the power of carrying a new inner dialogue every single day. Instead of waking up with dread, you begin with intention. Instead of going to sleep with regret, you end the day with gratitude. This is not just positive thinking, it is the energetic foundation of attraction. Gratitude raises your emotional vibration. Intention directs your focus. Together, they pull you into alignment with the reality you desire. And when you live in that alignment long enough, what once felt impossible starts to feel inevitable. The reward of mastering this shift is profound. You begin to notice that people treat you differently. Opportunities seem to show up at the right time. Solutions come faster and obstacles shrink in power. What used to feel like struggle starts to feel like flow. And perhaps most importantly, you begin to trust yourself again. You stop fighting against your own mind and start using it as the greatest tool you have for creating success. The law of attraction works because energy responds to energy. When your thoughts are weighted down by doubt and fear, they send out signals that block progress. But when your thoughts are lifted by belief and gratitude, they send out signals that invite abundance. You don't have to figure out the entire path today. You just need to begin choosing better thoughts, planting stronger seeds, and nurturing them daily. Each shift builds momentum, and that momentum transforms your future. The life you dream of is not far away. It is waiting for you to align your energy with it. And the moment you decide to step into that alignment, success begins to move toward you. The energy you hold inside yourself is not invisible. It radiates. People can feel it when you walk into a room, and the universe responds to it in ways you cannot always see but always experience. When you live in fear, you send signals of resistance. When you live in faith and clarity, you send signals of openness. This is why the law of attraction is not only about what you think, but also about what you feel. Your emotions are the fuel behind your thoughts, and they determine the strength of the signal you send. A thought without emotion is weak, but a thought charged with passion, belief, and gratitude becomes magnetic. Every day you are broadcasting your state of being. If your heart is heavy with resentment, frustration, or hopelessness, the energy you put out will attract experiences that confirm those emotions. But if you choose to lift your emotional state, if you choose to cultivate joy, gratitude, and courage even in small moments, you change the frequency you operate on. Think of it like tuning into a radio station. If you are tuned to a channel of doubt, you cannot hear the music of abundance. But the moment you adjust your inner frequency, you begin to receive signals that match the energy of success. Psychology tells us that emotions are contagious. This doesn't just apply to people around you. It applies to your interaction with life itself. When you feel empowered, hopeful, and grateful, you move differently, speak differently, and take action differently. Your posture shifts, your tone of voice changes, your decisions expand. These small differences create ripples that open new doors. What you once thought was luck is often just alignment, the universe meeting you at the level of energy you project. Consider how differently your life feels when you practice gratitude. Gratitude softens the weight of fear. It interrupts the spiral of worry. It shifts your focus from what is missing to what is present. And in doing so, it raises your emotional vibration. This higher vibration calls in more to be grateful for. The same is true for joy. When you allow yourself to experience joy in simple moments, you tell the universe that you are ready for more reasons to feel joy. And when you embrace courage even in small steps, you prove to yourself that you are stronger than your fears. And that strength attracts opportunities that demand your boldness. The reward of mastering your emotional energy is transformation from the inside out. Life stops feeling random and starts feeling responsive. You begin to trust that the more you nurture powerful emotions, the more life will mirror them back to you. And as this trust deepens, you release the need to control every outcome. You stop chasing and start receiving. You recognize that success does not come from forcing, but from flowing, not from desperation, but from alignment. This shift is what separates those who struggle endlessly from those who rise consistently. It is not about perfect circumstances. It is not about never facing challenges. It is about standing in the middle of those challenges and still choosing the energy of belief over fear, gratitude over resentment, and clarity over confusion. That choice reshapes everything. That choice sends a signal so strong that success cannot help but find its way to you. And the more you practice it, the more natural it becomes, until the energy of success is no longer something you chase. It is simply who you are. Clarity is the foundation of attraction. You cannot call in what you cannot define. Too many people move through life with vague wishes, hoping for something better but never deciding what that better truly means. The universe does not respond to confusion. It responds to direction. When your mind is scattered, your energy is scattered. But when your vision is clear, your energy sharpens into focus, and that focus becomes a powerful magnet for success. Think of the times you felt lost or uncertain. Every step feels heavy because you don't know where you're going. Contrast that with the moments when you had a clear goal in front of you. Suddenly you moved with determination. You ignored distractions. You felt energized because your mind and body were aligned toward a single outcome. This is the power of clarity. It eliminates hesitation. It transforms doubt into direction. It shifts you from wandering to creating. And it sends a signal that is strong, precise, and undeniable. The law of attraction is fueled by specificity. Saying you want success is not enough. What does success look like to you? What does it feel like? What does it allow you to do that you cannot do now? The more detailed your vision, the stronger the emotional charge behind it. The stronger the charge, the more magnetic it becomes. This is not just spiritual, it is psychological. Your subconscious mind cannot distinguish between a vividly imagined vision and reality. When you immerse yourself in the picture of your desired future, your subconscious begins to accept it as truth. It then guides your decisions, your behaviors, and even your perceptions to align with that truth. Clarity also creates confidence. Doubt thrives in vagueness, but confidence grows in direction. When you know where you're headed, even if you don't know every step, you feel anchored. You are no longer swayed by every opinion or setback. Instead, you measure everything against your vision. If it aligns, you move toward it. If it distracts, you release it. This kind of inner clarity gives you power because it allows you to stop scattering your energy and start channeling it. And that channeling is what draws people, resources, and opportunities into your life. The reward of clarity is not only external success, but inner peace. Imagine waking up every morning knowing exactly why you are alive and where you are headed. Imagine feeling so certain about your direction that you no longer waste time comparing yourself to others. Imagine trusting that every step you take, even the small ones, is pulling you closer to the vision that burns within you. That is the life clarity gives you. It removes the fog. It dissolves confusion. It replaces doubt with a sense of inevitability. When your vision is clear, you no longer need to beg the universe for signs. You become the sign. You radiate conviction, and conviction attracts. People are drawn to those who know what they want. Opportunities flow toward those who project certainty. And the universe responds most powerfully to those who declare their desires without hesitation. Clarity is not something to wait for. It is something to choose. The moment you decide what you truly want, you ignite the process of creation. And once ignited, that fire cannot be ignored. It will continue to grow until the reality you imagine becomes the life you live. Once you create clarity, the next step is belief. Without belief, even the clearest vision collapses under the weight of doubt. You can see your future in your mind. You can describe it in detail, but if deep down you do not believe you deserve it or that it is possible, you block the very energy you are trying to attract. Belief is the bridge between your desire and your reality. It is the invisible force that turns a vision into momentum and momentum into results. The challenge is that most people carry beliefs shaped by fear, failure, and limitation. They remember the times they tried and didn't succeed, and they build an identity around those moments. They tell themselves stories like, "I'm not lucky, I don't have what it takes," or "people like me never win." These beliefs act like chains. No matter how clear the vision, those chains pull you back into old patterns. To attract success, you must break those chains. You must rewrite the beliefs that govern your mind, because your life cannot rise higher than the level of your self-belief. Psychology confirms this truth. The placebo effect, one of the most studied phenomena in science, proves that belief alone can transform the body, heal illness, and create measurable change. If belief has the power to shift biology, imagine the power it has to shape your future. The law of attraction magnifies this effect. The moment you begin to genuinely believe in your vision, you activate a cascade of changes. Your focus sharpens, your energy rises, your confidence expands. You start taking actions you once avoided, and the universe begins matching your belief with opportunities that align with it. Belief is not about ignoring reality. It is about refusing to accept a limited version of reality. It is choosing to see beyond current circumstances, to trust in possibilities that are not yet visible. This trust gives you strength to keep moving even when the path is uncertain. It silences the inner critic and replaces it with an inner ally that whispers, keep going, you are capable, you are worthy, you are enough. And every time you reinforce this message, you strengthen the vibration of belief until it becomes unshakable. The reward of cultivating belief is profound freedom. You no longer wait for others to validate your dreams. You no longer seek permission to pursue what you desire. Instead, you stand in your own certainty. And that certainty attracts people who see your strength, opportunities that match your vision, and resources that flow toward your confidence. Belief creates alignment, and alignment creates acceleration. What once felt far away begins to move closer, not because the world has changed overnight, but because your energy has shifted to meet it. The greatest transformations always begin with an inner yes. A yes to yourself, a yes to your vision, a yes to your worth. When you give yourself that yes and truly believe it, the universe reflects it back to you in ways that feel miraculous. The path clears, the doors open, the momentum builds, and what once felt impossible becomes inevitable. Belief is not just part of the law of attraction, it is the heartbeat of it. Without it, desire fades. With it, everything you dream of begins to find its way to you. Belief is powerful, but belief without action becomes a dream that never leaves your mind. Attraction is not about waiting for the universe to hand you success. It is about aligning your energy so completely that your actions flow naturally in the direction of your vision. Action is the proof of belief. When you move toward your goals, even in small ways, you declare to yourself and to the universe that you are serious, that you are ready, and that you are willing to meet opportunity halfway. Too many people stop at intention. They visualize, they affirm, they dream, but they never take consistent steps forward. And because of this, their vision fades into frustration. But when you combine belief with action, something extraordinary happens. Each step you take strengthens your faith, and each moment of faith inspires more action. This cycle builds unstoppable momentum. You no longer need to push yourself with force. Instead, you are pulled by the energy of your vision, and this pull becomes a current that carries you towards success. Psychology reveals that action builds confidence. Waiting for confidence before acting is a trap because confidence is born through experience. The first step might feel uncomfortable, the second step uncertain, but with each action you take, your brain rewires. You begin to see yourself differently. You stop identifying as someone who only dreams and start identifying as someone who creates. This shift in identity is magnetic. The law of attraction responds not just to what you want, but to who you believe you are. When your actions align with the identity of success, the universe mirrors that back to you. Every action, no matter how small, carries energy. When you take action with intention, you send out a signal that amplifies your attraction. Writing down your goals, speaking your truth, making a phone call, investing in your growth, these may look like ordinary steps, but energetically, they are declarations. They tell the universe, I am ready. And readiness attracts response. What you put into motion creates a ripple that extends far beyond what you can see. That ripple comes back to you as opportunities, connections, and breakthroughs you never imagined possible. The reward of inspired action is acceleration. Life begins to meet you at your level of movement. Doors that once seemed closed begin to open. People who can help you start to appear. Circumstances shift in ways that align with your effort. It may not always unfold in the exact way you plan, but it will unfold in a way that serves your highest growth. And the more consistent you are, the more undeniable the results become. Action is not about perfection. It is not about waiting until you feel fully prepared. It's about stepping forward with courage, even when fear is still present. Courage is not the absence of fear. It is the decision to move despite it. Every time you choose courage, you raise your vibration. Every time you act in alignment with your vision, you draw your future closer. Success is not attracted by thoughts alone. It is attracted by the combination of vision, belief, and bold, consistent action. And when you embody all three, you become unstoppable because you are no longer wishing for a new life. You are creating it. Every action you take gains power when it is reinforced by consistency. A single step can spark momentum, but repeated steps build the path to transformation. Success is never the result of one moment. It is the accumulation of countless moments where you chose discipline over doubt, focus over distraction, and persistence over comfort. The law of attraction responds not only to what you think and feel, but to the rhythm of your daily choices. That rhythm is what programs your subconscious, strengthens your identity, and signals to the universe that you are unwavering in your desire. Consistency is the bridge between intention and manifestation. Without it, energy scatters. With it, energy compounds. Every day you repeat your affirmations, visualize your future, and take aligned action. You are telling your mind and the universe that this vision is not temporary. It is who you are becoming. The repetition rewires your brain. The habit solidifies your identity. The persistence strengthens your vibration until success has no choice but to move toward you. Psychology shows us that habits shape destiny. Small, repeated actions create neural pathways that make success automatic rather than forced. When you consistently act in alignment with your goals, you reduce resistance and your brain begins to operate on autopilot in the direction of success. This is why consistency is so magnetic. It removes the stop-start energy that confuses your subconscious and replaces it with steady signals of certainty. The universe responds most powerfully to consistency because consistency is proof of faith. The reward of consistency is trust. Trust in yourself, trust in your path, and trust in the process. Each time you follow through, you reinforce the belief that you are reliable, capable, and committed. That inner trust radiates outward as confidence. And that confidence draws people, opportunities, and resources that match your level of commitment. Others can sense when you are serious. Life itself can sense it. And when you demonstrate through consistent action that you are not going to quit, the energy of success begins to gather around you with undeniable force. Consistency does not mean perfection. It does not mean you never stumble or never feel doubt. It means you return again and again to the practices and choices that align with your vision. It means you refuse to let temporary emotions dictate permanent outcomes. Even when progress feels slow, consistency ensures that progress is happening. Each day becomes a building block, and over time, those blocks rise into the structure of the life you desire. This is why those who stay consistent always outlast those who rely only on bursts of motivation. Motivation may fade, but consistency creates momentum that carries you even on the days you feel low. And the more you stay in motion, the more natural it becomes. Eventually, what once required effort becomes who you are. You no longer have to force alignment, you live it. And that alignment becomes irresistible to success because the universe mirrors the energy you embody consistently, not occasionally. When you commit to consistency, you create inevitability. Success is no longer a question of if, but when. The seeds you plant daily will grow, the energy you reinforce will attract, and the path you walk will lead to the vision you hold. Consistency transforms attraction into manifestation because it proves that your vision is not just a desire, it is your destiny. Consistency builds momentum, but momentum grows even faster when it is guided by gratitude. Gratitude is not just an emotion, it is a frequency that amplifies everything you attract. When you choose gratitude, you shift your focus from what is missing to what is present, from what is lacking to what is abundant. That shift transforms your energy instantly. It raises your vibration to match the frequency of abundance, and abundance naturally flows to where it is welcome. Gratitude is the signal that says, I am ready for more, and the universe responds by giving you more reasons to be grateful. Most people overlook this power. They dwell on what they don't yet have, and in doing so, they reinforce the energy of lack. The more they complain, the more they attract circumstances to complain about. But when you cultivate gratitude for even the smallest blessings, you interrupt that cycle. You begin to notice opportunities where you once saw obstacles. You recognize progress where you once only saw delays. Gratitude doesn't mean ignoring challenges. It means refusing to let challenges blind you to what is already working in your favor. Psychology confirms what the law of attraction reveals. Studies show that people who practice daily gratitude experience higher levels of happiness, resilience, and motivation. Gratitude rewires the brain to focus on positive experiences, strengthening pathways that attract more positivity. When you live in gratitude, your perspective changes, your emotions rise, and your decisions improve. That combination creates an energetic flow that draws success toward you with greater speed and ease. Gratitude also expands your capacity to receive. When you are thankful for what you already have, you prove to yourself and to the universe that you can handle more. Imagine holding a cup that is half full. If you complain about the half that is missing, you will always feel empty. But if you celebrate the half that is full, you signal readiness for the cup to overflow. Gratitude transforms what feels small into something meaningful, and that meaning attracts expansion. The reward of gratitude is not just external, it is deeply internal. Gratitude dissolves fear because fear lives in the future, while gratitude anchors you in the present. It silences comparison because it reminds you of your unique blessings. It dissolves doubt because it reveals proof of progress. With every moment of gratitude, you reclaim your power from worry, envy, and dissatisfaction. And as you reclaim that power, your energy radiates with strength, certainty, and joy, qualities that attract success effortlessly. Gratitude is not passive, it is active alignment. Each time you give thanks, you are aligning yourself with the energy of abundance. Each time you focus on what is good, you amplify it. Each time you appreciate what you have, you create space for more to arrive. Success does not come to those who constantly feel empty. It comes to those who can celebrate even the smallest evidence of growth. And the more you celebrate, the more you attract reasons to celebrate. When gratitude becomes your daily practice, success becomes inevitable. You stop chasing after what you lack and start magnetizing what you desire. You realize that you are already standing in abundance, and that recognition multiplies your blessings. Gratitude turns every step of the journey into progress, every challenge into a lesson, and every day into a victory. It is the multiplier of attraction, the silent force that transforms consistency into overflow, and it has the power to change not only your results, but the way you feel about your entire life. Gratitude elevates your vibration, but visualization gives that vibration direction. The mind cannot distinguish between a vividly imagined experience and a real one. When you close your eyes and immerse yourself in the picture of your desired future, you activate the same neural pathways that fire when you live it in reality. This means every visualization session is practice for success. You are not just dreaming, you are rehearsing your future, teaching your brain, your emotions, and your energy what to expect. And when your mind expects it, your life begins to align with it. Visualization is more than just seeing an image, it is feeling it in your body, tasting the joy, breathing the confidence, and living in the emotion of what you desire as if it already exists. The stronger the emotion you attach to the vision, the more powerful the attraction becomes. When you can feel the relief of financial freedom, the joy of meaningful relationships, or the pride of fulfilling your purpose, you are sending out a frequency that pulls those realities closer to you. The universe responds to the energy of emotion, not just the idea of desire. Psychology supports this process through the concept of mental rehearsal. Athletes have used visualization for decades to improve performance. By imagining every movement with precision, they program their bodies to perform as if the experience has already taken place. The same principle applies to success in any area of life. When you visualize with intensity, your subconscious begins to adjust your actions, your choices, and even your awareness to match the future you've rehearsed. You start noticing opportunities that align with your vision because your brain has been trained to recognize them. Visualization also dismantles fear. Fear thrives on uncertainty. But when you rehearse a future of confidence, clarity, and achievement, you make that future familiar. What once felt intimidating begins to feel natural. You quiet the inner critic by proving to yourself again and again that the vision is not foreign, it is already part of your identity. The more vividly you visualize, the more you normalize success and the less space fear has to control you. The reward of daily visualization is certainty. While others question whether they can achieve their dreams, You begin to embody the energy of someone who has already achieved them. That certainty radiates in your actions, in your words, and in your presence. It attracts support, resources, and people who are drawn to your conviction. Success does not come to those who hope timidly. It comes to those who carry themselves with the quiet confidence that their vision is already becoming reality. Every time you visualize, you strengthen the bridge between where you are and where you want to be. You charge your energy with purpose. You give the law of attraction a clear and emotionally fueled target. And the more consistent and vivid your practice, the faster you close the gap. Visualization is not fantasy. It is alignment. It is training your mind and energy to live in the frequency of success until success has no choice but to manifest. When you master this practice, your vision stops being just an image in your head. It becomes a living blueprint that reshapes your reality and draws your future to you with unstoppable force. Visualization gives your dreams shape, but alignment turns that vision into reality. Alignment means living each day as though the future you desire is already unfolding. It is not about forcing yourself to pretend, but about embodying the thoughts, emotions, and actions of the version of you who already has what you want. The law of attraction responds most strongly to who you are being, not just what you are asking for. When your energy, your choices, and your habits align with your vision, you create a powerful harmony that draws your future into your present. Alignment begins with self-awareness. You must look at your daily patterns and ask, do these choices match the life I want to create? If your vision is abundance, but your thoughts are consumed by scarcity, you are sending out conflicting signals. If your dream is health, but your actions neglect your body, you are out of sync with your own desire. Alignment is about removing these contradictions and replacing them with congruence. When your inner world and outer actions move in the same direction, you unlock the full force of attraction. This is not about perfection. It is about consistency of energy. Even small choices made with alignment carry enormous weight. When you wake up and choose gratitude instead of complaining, you align. When you act with confidence instead of hesitation, you align. When you trust your path instead of doubting every step, you align. Each choice sends a message, I am ready. I am living in the frequency of success. And the universe mirrors that frequency back to you and experiences opportunities and people that resonate with it. Psychology reveals that identity drives behavior. When you identify as someone unworthy or incapable, your actions follow that script. But when you step into the identity of someone powerful, deserving, and capable, your actions rise to match it. Alignment is the practice of choosing your higher identity every day until it becomes natural. You stop waiting for proof before believing and start believing so strongly that proof begins to appear. This shift is magnetic because the law of attraction is not responding to doubt. It is responding to certainty. The reward of alignment is flow. Life no longer feels like an uphill battle because you are no longer fighting against yourself. Your energy is unified. Your thoughts, emotions, and actions are moving in one direction, and that creates a momentum that feels effortless. People notice this flow. They feel your certainty. They are drawn to your energy, and often without realizing why, they want to support, collaborate, or open doors for you. Opportunities gravitate toward aligned energy because alignment is rare, and it carries undeniable power. Living in alignment is not about waiting for conditions to change. It is about becoming the change. You don't wait until you are successful to feel worthy. You feel worthy now. You don't wait until you are wealthy to think abundantly. You think abundantly now. You don't wait until the world validates you to stand tall. You stand tall now. And when you embody the future before it arrives faster because the universe is simply reflecting the energy you already live in. Alignment is living proof that success is not something you chase. It is something you attract by becoming the person who is ready to receive it. Alignment creates flow, but surrender allows that flow to expand beyond anything you could plan. Surrender does not mean giving up on your vision. It means releasing the tight grip of control, trusting that the universe is guiding you toward the best path, even if it looks different from what you imagine. So many people block their own success because they demand that it arrive in a specific way, on a specific timeline. When it doesn't, they lose faith, lower their energy, and send out signals of frustration. But when you surrender, you open space for outcomes greater than what your limited perspective could design. Surrender is the art of trust. It is the choice to believe that life is unfolding for you, not against you. It is the understanding that delays are not denials, that detours may be divine redirections, and that timing you cannot see is still perfect timing. When you let go of the need to control every detail, your energy shifts from desperation to faith. And faith is magnetic. Faith tells the universe that you are ready, that you are open, and that you are willing to receive in ways you may not have considered. Psychology shows that resistance creates stress. The more you fight against reality, the more your nervous system locks into survival mode. In that state, your creativity shrinks, your awareness narrows, and opportunities slip by unnoticed. But when you surrender, you calm the nervous system. You expand your awareness. You allow inspiration, intuition, and possibility to flow in. This is why surrender is so powerful for attraction. It puts you in a state of openness where you can actually notice and receive the opportunities that are already around you. Surrender does not weaken you. It strengthens you. It removes the weight of constant worry and replaces it with peace. Peace is a high vibration, and high vibration draws success faster than force ever can. Think of the difference between chasing something in fear and allowing it to come to you in trust. Fear pushes what you want away, but trust pulls it closer. Surrender is the bridge between desire and manifestation because it creates the space where miracles can enter. The reward of surrender is freedom. You free yourself from the exhausting cycle of overthinking, doubting, and controlling. You free yourself from the illusion that you must make everything happen alone. You free yourself from the tension that blocks your own blessings. With surrender, you walk in faith, and faith allows you to rest while still moving forward. You stop grasping for what is not yet here and start appreciating what is already unfolding. And in that state, success approaches with less resistance and greater speed. Living with surrender means you hold your vision clearly, but loosely. You know what you want, but you do not demand it in one form only. You allow life to surprise you with better options, greater opportunities, and more aligned timing. You remain steady in your belief while flexible in your expectations. This balance is where the law of attraction works most powerfully because it meets you at the frequency of trust. When you surrender, you stop chasing outcomes and start receiving abundance. You understand that you are not alone in creating your future. The universe is your partner. And with that partnership, success stops being a struggle. It becomes a natural, inevitable unfolding of the energy you already embody. Surrender creates the opening, but action turns possibility into reality. The law of attraction is not passive. It is not enough to think, to visualize, or to feel. You must step forward. You must act in ways that reflect the energy of the life you are calling in. When thought and feeling align with action, you send out the clearest signal possible. You show the universe that you are serious, that you are ready, and that you are not just waiting for life to change. You are moving with it. Action is energy in motion. Every step you take is a declaration of faith. Even the smallest move can create momentum that grows into something unstoppable. Psychology proves this through the principle of activation energy. The hardest part is often starting, but once you begin, energy builds on itself. One small action leads to another, and soon you are in motion, carried by your own momentum. This is why action is such a powerful partner to belief. It transforms your desires from invisible intentions into tangible progress. Taking action also rewires your mind. Each time you move forward, you strengthen the belief that you are capable. You replace doubt with evidence. You create proof for yourself that change is possible. And as your confidence grows, your energy rises, making you even more magnetic to opportunities. The cycle feeds itself. Belief fuels action, action fuels confidence, and confidence fuels stronger attraction. This loop is unstoppable once it is set into motion. Action does not need to be grand. It only needs to be aligned. One courageous choice made in alignment with your vision can shift everything. Saying yes to an opportunity, speaking up when you normally stay silent, investing in your growth, or even simply practicing consistency. These are actions that multiply energy. What matters is that your actions are a reflection of the future you are creating, not the fears of the past you are leaving behind. The reward of action is acceleration. The universe responds to movement. When you take steps, doors begin to open, people show up, and resources appear that were invisible before. It is as if life itself is waiting to meet you halfway. but it cannot move until you do. Each action is a signal flare that says, I am ready, I am committed, I am walking toward my destiny. And when the universe sees that, it matches your commitment with opportunities that carry you further than you could have gone alone. Action is the anchor of manifestation. Without it, dreams remain dreams. With it, dreams transform into results. The law of attraction is not about waiting, it is about participating. You are a co-creator with the universe, and your role is to act as though what you want is already on its way. You do not sit still and hope. You move, you speak, you build, you grow. And every step you take sends a message that you are living in the reality you desire. That message is powerful, and it cannot go unanswered. When belief, alignment, surrender, and action unite, success does not just approach. You step into it fully, with certainty, strength, and unstoppable momentum. Action creates progress, but consistency transforms progress into permanence. Anyone can act once, anyone can try for a week. But the true power of attraction is built in the steady rhythm of repeated choices. Consistency is the language of commitment, and the universe listens closely to the energy you repeat every day. When your thoughts, emotions, and actions are sustained over time, they carve patterns not just in your mind, but in reality itself. Consistency is how you teach your subconscious who you really are. Psychology shows that habits shape identity. What you do repeatedly becomes how you see yourself. If you consistently choose gratitude, you begin to identify as a grateful person. If you consistently choose courage, you begin to identify as someone brave. Identity drives behavior, and behavior shapes destiny. This is why consistency is not about discipline alone. It is about reprogramming your very sense of self into alignment with the life you want to live. Every time you remain consistent, even in small ways, you prove to yourself that you are serious. This self-trust is magnetic. Most people fail not because they lack talent, but because they break the flow of energy by stopping too soon. They plant seeds and then walk away before roots can form. But when you water those seeds daily, when you keep showing up, you build momentum that cannot be denied. Success comes to those who refuse to abandon the process. Consistency does not mean perfection. It means persistence. It means showing up on the days you feel inspired and on the days you do not. It means staying connected to your vision, even when results are not visible yet. This is where most people give up, but this is also where the law of attraction works most powerfully. The universe tests your faith, not to punish you, but to strengthen you. When you remain steady in your energy through challenges, you show that your desire is not fleeting. You show that you are ready for what you seek. The reward of consistency is compound growth. Each repeated action builds on the last, multiplying in ways that seem invisible at first but undeniable later. Just as drops of water can carve through stone, consistent energy reshapes your reality over time. One affirmation spoken daily can shift the course of your thinking. One act of courage repeated can create an unshakable confidence. One choice to align with abundance can attract streams of opportunity that never existed before. The small done consistently becomes the great. Consistency is proof of belief. If you truly believe in your vision, you will act as though it matters enough to keep going. And the longer you stay consistent, the stronger your signal to the universe becomes. You are no longer sending out mixed messages. You are broadcasting a steady frequency that says, this is who I am. This is the life I choose. And the universe cannot resist a signal that unwavering. When you align, surrender, act, and stay consistent, you build a magnetic field around your life. You become someone who not only desires success, but embodies it. Your energy becomes undeniable, and that energy attracts circumstances, people, and opportunities that match it. Consistency is the bridge between the dream in your mind and the success in your reality. It is the daily decision to live as the person you know you are meant to become until one day you realize you already are. Consistency lays the foundation, but gratitude amplifies everything you are building. Gratitude is not simply saying thank you. It is a state of being, a vibration that elevates every other intention you hold. When you live in gratitude, you tell the universe, I see the blessings already here. I recognize the abundance already flowing. And when that signal is sent, more blessings, more abundance, more success are drawn into your life. Gratitude is the multiplier of attraction. Science proves that gratitude reshapes the brain. It lowers stress, boosts optimism, and rewires neural pathways toward positivity. This is not just emotion, it is biology. A grateful mind releases chemicals that expand your capacity to notice opportunities and stay resilient through challenges. Gratitude does not change what you face, but it changes how you face it. And when you face life with open eyes and an open heart, you begin to attract experiences that match your elevated state. Gratitude transforms lack into abundance. Most people focus on what they do not have, and in doing so, they keep broadcasting scarcity. The universe mirrors that frequency, bringing them more reasons to feel deprived. But when you focus on what you already have, no matter how small, you shift your frequency to abundance. That shift is powerful because abundance attracts abundance. When you say, I am grateful for this, you open the door for more of it to flow in. Living in gratitude is not about ignoring your desires. It is about fueling them. Desire without gratitude feels like emptiness, but desire with gratitude feels like fullness, reaching for more. When you are grateful for what you already hold, your energy communicates trust, patience, and openness. That energy draws in success faster than impatience or frustration ever could. Gratitude says, I already live in wealth. I already live in love. I already live in possibility. And the universe expands that truth. The reward of gratitude is joy. Gratitude makes success meaningful because without it, even achievement feels hollow. Many people chase goals and reach them only to feel empty because they never learn to appreciate the journey. Gratitude fills every step with richness. It allows you to celebrate progress, to value growth, to feel fulfilled even before the final outcome arrives. That fulfillment is magnetic because joy is one of the highest frequencies of attraction. Practicing gratitude is simple, but its impact is infinite. Each time you acknowledge a blessing, you are casting a vote for abundance. Each time you choose appreciation, you are shifting your energy upward. Gratitude becomes a practice of aligning with the highest version of yourself, the version who knows that life is already overflowing with gifts. That perspective transforms how you speak, how you act, how you feel, and how you attract. When consistency meets gratitude, you create momentum that is unstoppable and energy that is irresistible. You stop chasing happiness in the future and begin living it now while still calling in more. Gratitude teaches you that you are not waiting for success to arrive. You are already standing in success and more is on the way. It is the anchor that keeps you centered and the fuel that propels you forward. When you live in gratitude, you live in abundance, and abundance is the natural language of the law of attraction.